can't reach me. Burn, motherfucker, burn, motherfucker, burn. There's nothing you can teach me. In hell, motherfucker, burn, motherfucker, burn. I swear you're out to get me. Burn, motherfucker, burn, motherfucker, burn. I live, but you won't let me. Burn. Yeah, your life's been wasted. You'll die forsaken. You act like the world's on your shoulders, but it's not there, so you fake it. Do you embrace it? How do you take it? I'll never feel the way that you feel. I'd rather fucking break it. Burn, motherfucker, burn, motherfucker, burn. Sometimes you can't reach me. Burn, motherfucker, burn, motherfucker, burn. There's nothing you can teach me. In hell, motherfucker, burn, motherfucker, burn. I swear you're out to get me. Burn, motherfucker, burn, motherfucker, burn. I live, but you won't let me. Burn, motherfucker, burn, motherfucker, burn. Burn, motherfucker, burn, motherfucker, burn. Burn, motherfucker, burn, motherfucker, burn. Burn, motherfucker.
Someone would wake me, cause I can't sleep at all. Stuck in purgatory, waiting for the fall. Auditioned all the endings, I find it hard to tell. Is it better to serve in heaven, or better to reign in hell?
Say my name, and watch the fire grow. That's my name. A demon gets his horn. See my face. The one behind my eyes. I'm a son of a bitch. I'm as bad as it gets, and I'll be that till I die.
I wish someone would wake me, cause I can't sleep at all. Stuck in purgatory, waiting for the fall. Auditioned all the endings, I find it hard to tell. Is it better to serve in heaven, or better to reign in hell?
You've never known pain before, but I'm gonna show you. You've never been drained before, stained before, but I'm gonna share. You've never known insane before, deranged before. I'm here to show you. You, no time. I bet you can't relate. Know my race, the one you instigate. Take this place, the one in which let you hide. The devil I know or the devil I don't, I just can't pick a side.
I wish someone would wake me, cause I can't sleep at all. Stuck in purgatory, waiting for the fall. Auditioned all the endings, I find it hard to tell. Is it better to serve in heaven
or better to reign in hell? You've never known pain before, pain before, but I'm gonna show you. You've never been trained before, shamed before, but I'd love to share. You've never known insane before, rage before. I'm here to show you.
I wish someone would wake me. I wish someone would wake me. I wish someone would wake me. I wish someone would wake me.
Wake me up, wake me up. You've never known pain before, pain before, but I'm gonna show you. You've never been trained before, shamed before, but I'd love to share. You've never known insane before, rage before. I'm here to show you. You're absolutely nothing.
Hey, hi, how are you? Leanne? Hello,
Johnny, how are you, Johnny?
Taylor. Hold on, Taylor. Yeah, what's up, Sailor? Sailor?
Hey, how are you, buddy? How's everything?
I'm doing good, man. I'm just jamming out, man.
Yeah, I could tell. Who was that?
It's Five Finger Death Punch.
Okay, I've never heard of them.
That's my favorite band in the whole world. My favorite band.
Yeah, really? How long have they been out?
They've been out for like 12 years, 13 years.
Oh, yeah, I don't listen to heavy metal and stuff, but
Well, you can understand this music here. You can understand these songs. I can. I can.
Mhm.
Understand. I don't like that. I just don't like that screaming metal.
Yeah, I don't like that either. Yeah, I can't take. I can never get into heavy metal when I was a kid. Just couldn't do it.
Yeah, but I'm just I thought I'd play a few music because I'm early. Like Jim Terry told me play some music early before.
No. I know that actually you can actually understand what they're actually saying. It's not like they're screaming.
Yeah, and I played that last song I played. I Owe You Nothing went to a special person.
Gotcha. Yeah, there's a meaning.
There's a meaning to that song. And this next song is that I Question Everything, and this song has to do with I think military too. This song here does.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll let you watch the video. I'll let you watch it.
Go ahead. Yeah, turn it on.
We're gonna go live, okay? All right, here we go, buddy.
Go
She was a princess, she could have been a queen. She had the angels beneath her broken wings. She had the vision, she had the sight. She wants perfection, she wants it right. Who cares anymore?
Leanne says, I hate this green
What's
shit.
right anymore? I question everything. I won't lie. I've never been ashamed. I don't mind admitting I'm to blame. I care no more. I can't bear no more.
Leanne, our finger death line.
No more. I can't give you any more. I question everything. I question everything. He lives in darkness, there is no progress. He knows the demons that lie within him. He has no vision, he has no sight. He hates perfection, it wasn't right. Who cares anymore? Who's there anymore? I question everything. I won't lie. I've never been ashamed. I don't mind admitting I'm to blame. I care no more. I can't bear no more. I'll say no more. I can't give you any more. I question everything. 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 I won't lie. I've never been ashamed. I question everything. I don't mind admitting I'm to blame. I question everything.
All righty, people. How is it going? We are on time today. Mr. Homegrown Cowboy's with us. Mr. Sailor's with us. And Christine Maratano's with us. And he's drinking a Miller Lite. And I'm glad that he's drinking a Miller Lite. He's going to drink one for me also.
He'll drink one from me too, Johnny. And he won't drink one for Christine. Christine's going to have her own.
I got my water.
Along with a cigarette. I know she doesn't like to smoke on camera because her mom watches her channel, so she has to behave. She has to watch her language and everything now. So, okay.
No, she don't.
Hi, Christine's mom. How are you?
Leanne, how are you doing, Leanne? Tangle Boots, how are you doing?
Hello,
Del
Carol.
C, Barry Wilson, Carol H, Noodle Salad, Rainbow Melon, Texas Granny, Barry Wilson, how you doing? And everybody else that's coming in here right now. I appreciate you guys coming in. We have 40 people here watching so far without the robocall. And And there's Jose calling me. Let me see what he's
But
got to say.
honestly, what are they? Five finger death punch? They're called
Huh?
Yeah.
five finger death punch. They're called that band. Yeah, they're good. No, they're not bad at all. But it's just not my style of music. But at least I could understand them, and they got a good sound to them, and it doesn't seem to be too overpowering. And no, I mean they're not bad, definitely.
50?
Well, I mean, would you even call them heavy metal?
50?
You okay? That's the new style of heavy metal, I guess, of today.
I can do 50, yeah.
I don't know what to call them. I mean, they got a little bit of grunge in them. Then they'll
Yeah,
Whatever. You just give it back to me.
it's like heavy metal light.
Yeah.
All right.
You
I'm
know,
doing a live show right now, so I got to go. Yeah, bye.
Did you give me the number?
Johnny,
Yeah. Hey,
I have something better. I have the four finger death punch. I could do it in four fingers. I don't need five.
oh, yeah.
Hey, Johnny.
You do four finger death punch?
Yes, I could do it in four, not five. I'll make a better deal. I'll do it in four.
I can do two. I'll poke your eye.
Trucker girl, how you doing,
Oh
sweetheart?
my God. Trying to one up me, PZ? Okay.
Do two and I'll poke Fumble's eyes out.
All you need is one for that.
Hello, Queen. Queen's in the house.
Got a little hot.
Well, I hope everyone had a wonderful day today, a Friday. Hopefully everybody's off the weekend and they can enjoy.
Yeah, it's Friday and four finger and a thumb death punch. Barry Wilson.
Four fingers.
I'm gonna go ahead and take tomorrow and Sunday off. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this.
Yeah, I'm giving you permission, homegrown, to take the weekend off.
I appreciate that.
You just make sure that I'm giving you the permission.
Damn.
That's like I heard something on Bob Farrell's channel the other night when Dumb Nuts was telling him, you ain't giving me permission to come on your show. Why are you even calling me?
Right.
Fucking dumbass.
Why are you even calling?
Yeah, Bob was on last night. I know. I was in and out after I got off the panel. I was taking care of my dogs and doing a whole bunch of stuff, but I was listening in and out. So
How is your dogs doing anyway, Sailor?
oh, they're great. Yeah, they're great.
Hey, you see my lights flashing, Sailor?
Yes, I do. I'm having seizures right now.
Yeah, whatever.
That's a joke. I'm not having seizures. Go ahead, Johnny.
I like my lights. I'm gonna set my other light. I have another light that's behind my computer. I'm gonna set that up closer out here to the front so I can use that one too and face it this way towards me, this way, because there ain't nothing hitting me on this side. And I got this 360 light that goes all the way around, like different. It goes different. It goes like red, then it goes blue, then it goes green. Then all the lights together, like.
Okay.
Or that, yeah.
Are you okay? All right. Well, as long as you and PZ don't have any bouts of epilepsy, you guys are good.
No, that was what's his name had those.
Yeah.
From Nevada.
Yeah.
What's his name, Johnny? I forgot his name.
I forgot his name too.
Hotline.
Hotline.
Hotline. For your love.
I just bought that 45.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
That was.
You're PZ. You buy 45s?
I do. I got.
Wow.
This weekend I got 20. The next one
Holy
is
crap.
long cold woman in a black dress by the Hollies.
You know what? I just want to say this to the people on the panel and the people in the chat room. I'm feeling really cool. I'm feeling really cool about my health. I'm feeling really good about my health. Right now, I have lost 2 more pounds. I checked my weight again. I lost 2 more pounds. So now I weigh 15. I weigh 315 right now.
Well, hell, if you keep going like you're going, you won't need surgery. Shit. Come on.
Yeah, I'm going to need the surgery. Yeah, I'm going to need the surgery.
You keep going.
I'm taking the shots though too, homegrown. I'm taking the shots though too.
Well,
yeah, I'm taking the shot. So,
Well, congratulations, Johnny. Any weight loss is good, and especially when you're trying to get to your goal. And there's nothing wrong if you have to use those shots and use a little help and stuff like that. But you're still going to have to. It is still going to be if it's going to be successful, you're going to have to take it on as a lifestyle change as far as exercising 2 days, maybe 3 days a week.
sure did.
You know what I mean? And just making better choices with your food here and there.
Yeah, when I first the first week, my first week is going to be liquid diets. Is I can only eat liquid diets my first after my operation, after my first my op week is week 1 is liquid diets, and then week 2 I think I'm still going to be on liquid. I think they said for a first month I'm going to be on liquid diets.
Oh yeah, you'll be on a liquid diet for a little bit after that surgery. Yeah, that weight's going to melt off of you until it's going to take a little time before you're able to tolerate food again. A little bit, because your stomach, it's like, it's been shrunk now. So little bits of food are going to make you full. My friend's father had it, so I know. And it gave him like a do-over, and it really saved his life. He kept the weight off. He's a little older now. He's in his 80s. He had this done 25, 30 years ago. So, if he didn't have this done, he was very, very, he was very heavy. He was like 350 and he was like, I don't know, 5'10". And literally, if he didn't have this done, the doctor said he wouldn't be alive today. Even though he's got a hip, he has to get replaced and stuff like that. But it's still, he gave himself an extra, who knows, at least 15 years, 20 years of good life because he got his weight under control.
Yeah. And that's good. That's good that everybody's. There's some people that wants to get their healthy healthy track back on track. And there's some people that doesn't want to get healthy. You know what I mean?
No, and there's always going to be that person, but doesn't mean you have to be that person.
Yeah, like me, I want to be different. You know what I mean? I don't want to be. It says a man I know has had a sleeve operation, and he has lost about 8 stones. He looks a different person. He's got it done in Turkey.
8 stones?
Fizzy.
Who says stones? That's European. Oh God, how much is 8 stones? Now you're going from kilos to stones. Jeez, I forget how much stone. I know kilos are 2.2 stones. I don't know.
Dale, I hate Crocs. I hate them.
What do you got? What's going on with your shoe, homegrown? What happened?
Well, Dale said, "Show us your Crocs." I guess he knows that I don't like Crocs, so they might be comfortable and shit, but those are the ugliest things that you can put on your feet. I mean, I'd rather go barefoot in the damn swamp than.
No, I don't want to go barefoot in the swamp. Trust me, I live near a swamp. You don't want that. You don't want to do that.
Hey, Sailor, Tangle Boo says 14 pounds is a stone.
Is 1 stone. Okay, wow. All right. So
if that dude had 8, so if that dude
14
has
times 8,
he has lost.
Yeah, you got a 14
that's 32
times 8.
So he lost like almost 100 pounds.
No, more than that, Johnny.
No.
Look, my wife's brother.
He lost 8, right? 8 pounds?
He lost 8 stones.
8 stones, okay.
Like pounds and dollars.
But going back to the Crocs, I'm not trying to interrupt you guys, but the chat's going on. My wife, her brother, really good guy. He likes to wear the Crocs, and I told him,
okay.
I said, are those things comfortable? Because they're ugly as shit, And he goes, yeah, they're very comfortable. I love wearing them. And, I wanted to say, well, no wonder you don't get any women. And, he just kind of, shrugged it off. He's never been married. I've never seen him with a girl.
Well, I mean,
Texas
it's 100.
Granny.
It's 112 pounds, I believe. That's how much he lost. But I mean, are you questioning? So are you saying that you're questioning his heterosexuality because he wears Crocs, or
Well, no, it's not that. I really do
okay?
believe I believe that he is straight. He just doesn't have any confidence. I mean, because he's been on dating
Oh,
sites and all this kind of stuff. He's just one of those guys, that he was. I mean, my wife will tell you, he was, pampered, mama's boy. And, he just never, he didn't.
some guys aren't. Some guys just don't want to pursue whether it's they don't want to pursue whether it's the women or whatever. They think everyone's going to pursue them. I guess I don't know.
I mean, I've heard this from ladies too, and definitely heard it from my father. You look good, you feel good,
Oh,
But
so you're saying because he's wearing Crocs and he's always kind of relaxing, like his dress is always
yeah,
relaxed.
you're just slacking. You just, it looks like,
Oh, okay,
you know.
okay. So
But
so someone who wears Crocs to you is like, oh, okay, this dude's just, it's like he's wearing Birkenstocks and he's walking around, California, but he's like going into like nice restaurants wearing Birkenstocks
well,
type of
I
shit.
don't mean to be stereotypical, but I mean, look at the people that do wear Crocs, which are a lot of people. Okay, I just
I've never looked, honestly, I've never taken a poll and
mhm.
like looked at people's Crocs. I've never done that. I've seen when I was in the hospital, I saw nurses wear them.
Thank you, Shark.
I know that a lot of the doctors and the nurses run around the
Well, you
office like the
see,
V. Yeah.
they're always on their feet. So I've never slipped one on my foot. That's the reason why they wear them. I get there is no other reason why you should wear a
And
Crocs.
comfortability.
Right. So
Okay.
there you go. But at the
But
same
you're
time,
saying he would wear a Croc, like he would go out, like, on a date to a nice restaurant, let's say, to meet a woman, and he'd be wearing Crocs and like dressed very, very casual.
that would be not good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good. No, you got to dress, for the occasion. I mean,
And
he
these
doesn't.
dudes,
Yeah.
now the dude shoes, they're very, very popular down here. I don't know about up there, but to me, they're starting to get worn out because when I go to the convenience store in the hood and shit, in the small little town, I'm seeing
Okay.
him going in there and I'm thinking, well, shit, man. What what's going on here? Because I like Hey Deuce because they don't put. I've got thin ankles and it's not a lot of weight on my feet.
Okay.
They're very light. So, but I'm picking a fight here. It looks like, but yeah. Now that shit's all one. Everybody's got them, so I don't want to wear them. I told my wife, I said, "Hey, look, see if Timu has any Adidas. I mean, I want some real Adidas." And she said, "Well, they do have some, but I don't think they're real."
You mean the Adidas like sandals or
No, Stan Smith, the old.
the old school? I like the old school Stan Smith Adidases. I like those. I
Yeah,
remember those. Yeah, those were nice sneakers.
yeah. I mean, if you keep them clean and shit, you get those. I had a thing here, wipes. You get those like Clorox wipes and shit, and you wipe it down every once in a while and keep them up. Man, they really do last forever, and they look good. They look clean. It's kind of like the old K-Swiss, the classic ones.
Uh-huh.
Back in the day. I mean, I guess I'm old school, but I don't know. You look good, you feel good.
So in other words, he just kind of he doesn't dress right for the occasion, basically.
He really doesn't dress up. Be honest with
No.
you. I mean, that's
And you're not gonna and Like, is he trying to meet someone? Is that a priority or not?
Yeah, he's tried. I think he's tried to, look for
Okay.
someone, not necessarily keeping a secret, but behind our backs. I found out through my wife. Yeah, he's been on dating sites here locally and stuff, and man, he's just striking out.
Well, man.
You gotta look like you have confidence in yourself.
Yeah,
If
I
you go,
agree. I agree.
if you go and meet a girl and you're wearing Crocs and shit for the first time,
Homegrown.
Yeah.
Homegrown.
That's not.
Look,
No, you shouldn't look like that. You shouldn't
homegrown.
dress like
Look behind curtain number 2, real quick. Homegrown.
What's
This is
that?
going to be your favorite, homegrown.
Oh shit! I already see some of it. Oh yeah, there we go, buddy.
You see him?
I sure do. Is that a towel or is that a picture? A poster?
That's a picture.
That's a
Poster.
picture of Trump.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's that. They brought that out his first when he was 45. That's when they brought that
Yeah.
out. So yeah.
Well, I don't know. Ask the girls. What do you think, ladies? Crocs or yes or no? Christine, Crocs, yes or no? Since you're on the panel.
Well, I saw one person. I can't remember if it was Tingle Boos or Tess. Somebody said they were.
Do you like? I want to hear what Christine has.
It would just depends on the person because my companion wears Crocs a lot sometimes, but she wants to feel
Okay, what if somebody comes over for your Sunday dinner with your mom and they're wearing Crocs? Is that okay?
I guess I guess
So
I
when
guess
I show
it
up
just
for
I don't
Sunday
know.
dinner, I'm gonna have my dirty laundry and Crocs, and your
Oh
mom's gonna be
God.
like, "Oh, wow, Sailor, we invited you over for Sunday dinner, and you got a bag of your
Okay.
dirty laundry, and you're wearing Crocs." Is she
Okay.
gonna be upset with that? Don't you think that's not appropriate or not?
Yeah. 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 I guess
Okay,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
okay,
Also, it doesn't
she'd
look
be
like
a
Another,
little upset about. Okay,
another shoe that I do not like is New
Right.
Balance. I don't like the letter N on the side of my foot.
Hey, Sailor, look what PZ wrote in chat, Sailor.
hold on. PZ wrote it.
Yeah,
Damn,
Crocs.
I'd make them changes the flip flop. What happened? I'd make
I'll
them
make them
changes.
change their flip flops.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lots of people now wear Crocs. They say it's comfortable. They are. They look awful, but when a person might have bad feet, there's nothing worse for your feet to hurt.
No,
well, I'm talking about like if a guy's showing up to take you out for dinner, ladies, and he's wearing Crocs the first time he meets you, or you know what I'm saying? He's wearing Crocs. You go, hey, I want to bring you out to this nice place, and let's say Ruth Chris Steakhouse, something like that, and he picks you up or you meet him there. Maybe it's the first date. You don't want him to know where you live. Always be smart. And he shows up. You're there. You're dressed nice, and this guy, shows up in Crocs. I mean, is he right or wrong? What do you think, ladies?
He needs to wear a pair of nice
Huh?
shoes.
Okay, see, Christine says it right there. That's her opinion.
show them what you got me.
Oh, let me show you what I got PZ the other day.
Go ahead, show us.
I can only find one.
Oh, they're in Air Jordans. I haven't seen those in a while.
all right, I had to reload.
Yeah, I got PZ these Jordans. Yep.
Which ones are they?
I don't know, bro. I just got them for him.
They're the regular ones.
Yeah, they're the regular ones. Yeah. My Jordan has number 23 on them though.
I gotcha.
I got him those pair, and I got me a pair of black and blue black and blue and white Jordans.
Okay.
Sofa, yeah, I agree with that.
Susie, how you doing, Miss Susie? And how you doing? How you doing?
How you doing?
Dress to impress, LOL.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to take somebody out, though, I mean, like since we're on the subject, like if I met a girl online and stuff, the normal routine to be take her to a nice restaurant or something like that, correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I would say yes.
okay. Well, how about, doing somewhat like reverse psychology and tell her, say, hey, look, first date, we're going to go cheap, okay? Kind of break each other in a little bit. The second time, if it works out the first date, the second time, I'll take you to a 5-star restaurant. Is that a deal? And see what she
Damn.
says.
You're gonna
Now,
tell her that? She's
yeah.
probably gonna. Yeah, you're not gonna get a good response, I think.
Well, I mean, not exactly tell her, but just ask her. Ask her.
Okay.
Is this cool? She's gonna say, "What are you talking about, fast food?" I
Let's
said,
meet at the 7-Eleven for a hot dog, and if that works out, then we can go to maybe, I don't know, what is
Test
that
machine,
place
free
called?
test machine.
Chili's or
Chili's.
TGI Fridays.
Is
But
TGI
first, you got
Fridays?
to meet her for the first. You got to meet her for the hot dog at 7-Eleven first. You don't want to spring for Fridays, right?
Oh, Fridays would be easy. I mean that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're telling. Is that how you would? Is that how you would? You would say that to her?
I think I would fill her in. I would say, "Hey, look, instead of being all nervous, making ourselves uncomfortable on the first date, we have to, be prim and proper and everything. Why don't we just start out easy, and then after the first date, if we laugh and have a good time and shit, we'll hit the downtown area or something. Shit.
Well, I mean, if she's okay with that, then I would say that would be the one to go out with.
Yeah. I mean, who else is going to do that? You remember the dating game? Well, the guy,
I'd rather me look. I look at it this way: if I'm going to go out, I'm going to go to a nice place and I'm going to enjoy the meal, even if I don't decide to see her again. I'm still going to enjoy the meal. I'm going to pay for her meal, of course, but I'm going to go to a good place so I can at least enjoy the food, even
Mhm.
if I don't enjoy the company, or maybe it's just not. It's just I really don't want to pursue it because I don't see we're a good fit. Then at least I could say I had a good meal. That's the way I look at it. I treated myself to a good meal.
Yeah. I mean, it costs you 120, $150, but
Yeah,
hell. And you got to leave a tip, right? If you don't leave a good
yeah,
tip,
of
she's going to
course.
go, "Oh, this guy's cheap."
Yeah, well, I mean, I would think so. Yeah, if I saw somebody didn't leave a tip, I would think, wow,
Or maybe
you
this.
know,
Maybe you ask her. You say, "Okay, what's your favorite fast food restaurant?" And she might go, "I don't know, Burger King, Arby's,
Taco Bell, Burger King,
Taco
Arby's.
Bell." Play a mind game with her. And honey, if you don't think I'm funny and shit, hey, let's go on with it. Test me out.
Look what Jesse Roth wrote. She says,
What's
"There
your
wouldn't be a second date if you take me to McDonald's." LOL.
say?
Okay, so Jesse says
That's
no.
what Jesse said.
Okay, all right. So what if I ask Jesse? Okay, what would be your favorite then? That's the direction I would go. And that way we can, we won't feel uncomfortable, or you or me, and we can just start from there.
Well, we can meet at that homeless soup kitchen down on Fifth Street and get
Yeah.
a free lunch,
Well, I mean,
and we can have a coffee. And if we like the company, then maybe I'll buy you that hot dog at 7-Eleven,
yeah, fuck.
and then we'll build off of the hot dog at 7-Eleven.
My whole point is break the ice.
I
I've
got
never
it. I
I've never
got it.
done this before. I'm just saying, maybe, that would be a different direction to go. I don't know.
Let me
My
ask
son
you a question. Is your friend trying that tactic?
is French
The
fry
one,
in the
the one with the Crocs?
Oh no. No.
Oh, I was going to say, is he using that strategy? Maybe he needs to change it.
Yeah, I figured since we're talking about Crocs and you don't go on your first date with Crocs, I figured I'd throw that in. So
playing
just
games is
kidding.
a good way to start any relationship.
Well, girls want to be wined and dined. They want to be pampered. They want the flowers. That kind of stuff, and I get that. But man, everybody works nowadays. Shit. Start off at the
What's that
bottom.
game? What's that game where you got to put your hands on the floor, like on the spots, and your feet? What's that game called?
Talking about
Twister.
Twister.
Oh, Twister.
Twister. Yeah,
Twister.
I like Twister. Yeah, that's my. I like that game. I would be cool to go on a date and play Twister with her. Mm,
If you could talk her into it, and she has to wear a miniskirt.
yeah,
Hello.
Twister.
Hey, Jesse, how are you,
Hey,
honey?
Hey,
Jesse.
Jesse.
So, first, homegrown cowboy, to answer your question, I was only teasing in the chat room.
Okay.
Honestly, if a guy were that honest to me, I would enjoy it. Dating isn't what it used to be when we were kids,
Right.
and there's so many, like, you start dating somebody, and then you get to that point where, are we exclusive now or not? And you find out they're dating some other people too. So it's not what it used to be. If a guy said that to me, I would appreciate it, because they're being honest.
Yeah, exactly. Break the ice. If you go to a really nice restaurant on the first date, I'm not talking about Chili's or TGI Fridays, which I'm not sure.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think
Something
like
nicer in there.
Applebee's and those places like that are pretty cool for a first date.
So, yeah, I mean that is a fun place to go. I mean,
It would take the edge off a little bit, because first of
Right.
all, I'm not one of those people that even likes to dress up. I don't even wear makeup unless
Okay.
like I have to.
Neither do I, Jesse.
Well, I would hope not, Sailor.
No,
Well,
unless
you
I
know
have
what,
to.
Jesse?
But
Jesse, I wear makeup sometimes, Jesse.
Well, that's okay. If you want to wear it, that's fine. I don't have
Mhm.
a problem with it.
I'm kidding. I don't wear makeup.
do you wear it for investigate? Do you wear it for investigative purposes, Johnny?
Yeah, investigative purposes. And
Okay,
hold on
that's
for
what
that.
I want.
And for that thought, I got a surprise for you, Stowe. I got a
Oh
surprise for
no,
you, Taylor. I got a surprise
no,
for you.
not a mask, not another mask, please.
Oh, yeah.
I'm having nightmares about the last couple you showed.
Yeah.
But I did
Shit.
want to pop up here real quick just to update everybody. During the OTT, my dad ended up going to the hospital again today.
Oh,
So
really?
I just wanted to update everybody. Just so those of you that don't know, my dad's 80 years old. He's battling his second bout with third cancer, third stage cancer.
Oh God.
He's got COPD, he's diabetic, he's got AFib, and he refuses to stop working.
Oh.
Okay. So yeah,
He's
80 years old. And so I guess what happened today was he was sitting on the floor going through some paperwork, and he went to get up and he got dizzy, and then went out to the kitchen and just sat out at the kitchen counter, just chatting with my sister. My sister ran out to the supermarket. She came back. She went out. She was cleaning the deck. He was still sitting at the kitchen counter. She didn't think anything of it. And he tells her, I think I'm having a heart attack. And my sister's like, what? When? And he's telling her that he got lightheaded when he went to stand up. And now he's like, and she said he was getting kind of shaky and stuff. And my sister's like, Dad, when did this happen? He's like, oh, like 2 hours ago when you were at the supermarket. And, he doesn't tell us this stuff. So my sister was like, she was kind of stuck there because the older kids weren't there yet to get the little one off the bus. So she sent him up to the hospital by ambulance. So I said, well, okay, I'll be out of work in like 2 hours. I said, I'll get down there, because 2 hours. There's no way they were going to see him and dismiss him in 2 hours in the ER.
Yeah.
But they end up taking him overnight anyway all the time. So I guess they don't know. First of all, he was supposed to get his medication readjusted from the last time he was in the hospital a few weeks ago. And he hasn't. We make these appointments for him. He moves them. So we're all trying, there's 4 of us trying to make sure he's getting to his appointments and stuff. And he doesn't tell anybody anything. So anyway, today, I guess they said it could have either been the AFib or he's dehydrated. And that's why when he goes to stand up, he gets the dizzy spells. So they're keeping him overnight. But it's just, he refuses to stop working. He gets scatterbrained. Now, I don't want to sit here and say I think he has dementia, but he's starting to act like a teenager again, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like he was sitting out in front of the car or in front of the house in his car blasting his stereo. Like, just like, first of all, I mean, he is kind of deaf, but like he's just doing all these things that like a kid would do. And it's like, it's a battle with him. And we're trying to get, first of all, he's driving around town. None of his 3 vehicles are even legal anymore. I mean, they're insured, but he hasn't gotten them inspected or registered. His driver's license ran out 2 months ago, and, he forgot to go and get it. And I'm actually at the point now where I'm like, I hope they don't give it back to him, because he's starting to nod off and stuff. And, sucks when your parents get old. I didn't mean to bring everybody down. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, you're all right.
I just wanted to update everybody. He'll probably be in the hospital for a few days. This happens, quite a bit. They go in, they test him, they fill him full of liquids and send him home, So.
Yeah. I understand what you're going through, because my dad, he's 89 and it's the same thing, so.
Yeah. So, but he has not lost his spunk. When they admit elderly people in the hospital, they have all those special questions they ask them to make sure they're not being abused. Like, are you getting your food? How long, do you go long times between, like, do you run out of food before you get more money or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, they want to make sure they're being taken care of. And the doctor asked, okay, so, are the utility companies, like the light bill, the fuel bill, whatnot, are they threatening to shut off your electric or anything like that?
Yeah.
The way he asked it, he goes, have they threatened to shut off your electric? And my dad's like, yeah. I said, Dad, they're not talking about 1985.
No.
He lives with my sister. My sister bought his house. They're more than capable of paying the bills. My dad's freaking, he's got enough money. He can retire and not worry about it. And he refuses to stop working. We've tried hiding.
Going.
Well, you know what? We could hide his car keys. He'll take one of his lawn tractors down the road. It's like
lawn tractor. Oh boy.
Hey,
oh yeah. Well,
hey,
he's
Jesse,
a landscaper. What's up?
How you like this new mask?
I like it.
Oh my goodness.
It's for Sailor.
Is it just for Sailor?
Yeah, I got my eyes closed right now, so I'm not watching.
It's
Sailor,
actually
open
not
your
that
eyes.
bad, Sailor.
That's I'm just winking a little bit, like, oh
Come
my
here,
goodness,
Sailor.
no.
Come here, Sailor.
No thanks. No thanks. No.
Come here,
Thanks.
Sailor.
No thanks, John. I'm all right. I'm okay.
You look like a long-haired, what's that politician, the socialist?
Hey, my name
Bernie
is
Sanders.
Hey,
Sanders,
excuse me.
Excuse me.
Oh
Homegrown
my.
cowboy. Homegrown cowboy. My name is
Oh Lord.
Noel. My name is Noel.
Noelle. Oh,
What?
Hi.
Oh,
she drops in out of
Noel.
nowhere. You say her name 3 times like Beetlejuice, she'll drop in. Noelle will drop in. Come on, Noelle. Go ahead, grab the link. I know you're watching.
But yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to bring everybody down. I just wanted
No,
to
you're
update
good,
Mm-mm.
Jesse.
everybody.
We love you, Jesse. We love you.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you. I love all you
Yeah.
guys too. How about it, Sailor? What a great group of people.
Oh yeah, these people are wonderful. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, they're good people.
Very sweet people.
Yep, definitely. I agree. That's why I come over here.
I
Now,
know.
now,
Hold on, put her there.
now, Johnny, I got to ask you a question.
Come here and
How
find
old were you when you started this fixation with masks? When did
45.
this come about?
45.
Oh, you started this at 45?
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Look at
what
that one.
brought this about?
Look at
What
that one,
the
Taylor.
Yeah, the middle finger. I see it. I see that.
Hey, I did this as a short video and I got 1K views on it.
Well, well, geez,
I got 1,000 views
that's
on
pretty.
that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
What started you into this whole mask thing? What brought this about?
I don't know. Huh? Fabulous.
You didn't do
Fabulous.
you didn't do this in the carnival when you worked in the car. I thought you got this from the carnival
No,
lifestyle.
bro. No, bro. Have you met Fabulous yet?
No, I haven't.
Well, you're gonna meet her tonight, and she's real cool.
Okay.
Let me get her
Well,
stuff.
her name is Fabulous. I wouldn't think of any less.
And everybody else loves Fabulous. Sugar Plum loves Fabulous. Texas Granny loves Fabulous. Leanne
Does
loves Fabulous.
Christine? Do you know who Fabulous is?
No.
Nope. I don't think so.
Homegrown. Do you know who
I'm
Fabulous
not.
is?
No, I sure don't.
And she needs her Prozac, so Fabulous needs her Prozac.
Prozac.
All right, here we go, guys.
Oh boy. Oh
Oh
no.
boy.
Oh. Oh God.
Oh
No.
yeah.
This is Fabulous. Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
God. That looks like the baby doll from
Oh.
hell.
Fabulous has
Wow.
been around for a while now.
Wow. Homegrown. You've never met Fabulous before?
Yeah, he has.
I mean,
Are-
I guess I've seen the mask, but this one
oh,
here.
okay. So you didn't know that was Fabulous?
No, I did not know the name.
Christine, did you see this before? Have you seen this Fabulous thing
I
here before?
no. I don't think so. No. I don't know.
Ask
Maybe
Sugar
not.
Plum. Taylor, ask Sugar Plum.
Sugar Plum. So I guess Sugar Plum requested Fabulous.
Oh, okay.
Did
Yeah,
Sugar Plum request Fabulous?
Yeah,
Sugar
that.
Plum, I put her up for a top one.
yeah, we need some Prozac. We need some Prozac.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Fabulous. Oh, Tingle Boss, Fabulous. Has been here a few times. Yes, she said. Sugar Plum said yes. Let me see. Oh my goodness.
I even got a donkey mask. I got a donkey mask too, Stoner.
Oh no, not the donkey too. Oh my God.
You need one with a beer face.
Hey, Leanne doesn't like the other mask I wear, though. Leanne doesn't like the other mask I wear.
Which one's that one? You can tell me about it. You don't have to show me.
I'm going to show it to you. I won't wear it. I'll show it to you.
I knew you would.
I was just going to say, I have a feeling we're going to see it.
He loves the show, don't he?
Oh,
What's
I
that? The
actually kind
devil?
of like that one.
Yeah.
That looks like half
It
a
remi-
mock tube.
Yeah, Leanne doesn't like
remi-
that one.
reminds me of like Rosemary's Baby type of stuff.
Rainbow Mellon says, wear it. I don't either, Johnny Trucker Girl. No, I'm not going to wear it because I have respect for Trucker Girl and I have respect for Leanne. I'm not going to wear it. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PZ, I love Fifth Dimension. Marilyn McKinney.
I got respect for you too, Rainbow Melon, but I am not going to wear it right now. I'll wear it on another night.
Man, Chalet, she was on for 2 hours and 6 minutes and had 101 views. Wow. She
That
went
red
live.
vest is the one that he wears when he hits it from behind. Ha 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 ha.
What?
Did you?
No, we don't want to see that.
Did you read what Sugar Plum wrote?
No, I didn't. But I'm listening
That
to you
red
say
mask is one that he wears when he hits it from behind.
Sugar Plum, you're bad.
Sugar Plum is
Be
bad.
nice, Sugar Plum.
I want to be Sugar Plum when I grow up.
She's a bad girl. She's bad. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen her plums, but
No, I haven't.
my
I
goodness.
hear there's pictures of girls' plums going around everywhere. Mob tube, this genre everywhere. You know, it's whether some do some are like revenge. A girl sends a guy a pic and then
Oh,
they
yeah.
fall out and then he sends it.
Mhm.
That or some women are selling them. Yes, but like it's yeah.
Hey, have y'all met Jimmy Kaka yet?
Oh my Jimmy Kaka, no. If anybody called me on the phone and said, "Hi, my name is Jimmy Kaka. Would you like to meet for coffee?" I would say no.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jimmy Kaka.
That's exactly what I would say. A person like that. But,
Hello, everybody.
Now,
Yep.
do you know why he named it Jimmy Cocker?
Yeah, well, you could put lipstick on Jimmy and he's still Kaka.
I'm pretty sure I'm right about this, but Johnny was pissed off at Jim Terry and decided.
Oh, that's a shot at Jim.
Ah.
Yeah, he was pissed off at JT, man. That's what it was. And he stuck with it.
He was mad at JT, hence the character Jimmy Kaka was born.
Yeah.
Jimmy Kaka, and I don't care.
Hey, here's the guy that I really hate with a passion right now. Look.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He's on a
Who's
hot
that?
dog stick. He's
That's
on a
fumble.
hot dog stick.
That's fumble nuts.
Yeah, it's fumble cups.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know those people, and from the sound of it, I'm glad.
Yeah, you don't want to know him, Jesse. He's really bad. He's a real bad hater.
JT.
He hates JT with a passion.
He said he was going to cut Jim's head off.
Yeah, he said he's gonna. You can't say that on live.
Well, I did.
He said he was. Did y'all hear what PZ said? What he's going to do to Jim? Oh, they were over there. They were over there at Crab Lake Friday today. They heard what happened.
What? Oh, that was recently. He said it.
Yeah, that was recently. He said it in a video.
This morning.
He said it this morning. He was playing. You heard of Insane Clown Posse, right? Stoner.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
The Boogeyman, the Boogie Woogie song, the Boogie Woogie song.
Okay.
You know how he said is in the song. It says, "I'm gonna cut your fucking head off."
Okay. Yeah.
I've got my own reasons why the ladies left Fumble Nuts. I've heard everybody's, but I have my own reason. And I really think it has to do with when he made fun of Christine, that the ladies on panel and people down in chat and shit said, that's pretty fucking uncool.
Yeah.
I think that had a bad recourse on his persona, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Well, to do something like that, it's a really bad character flaw. If you got somebody and they want to, make fun of people that aren't even involved in anything, and make fun of people that have disabilities or things like that, it's a real bad character flaw in a person that does that. I'm talking about people that do that in mean spirit, mean spirited. Not, I know Jim does jokes and shit like that, and he's a comedian, but I understand. But I'm talking about the people that say it very mean spirited, about.
Yeah, I really think that was the repercussions of it. I think that was the beginning of the downfall. And, it really is. I mean, if Johnny did that and Christine was over there, I would say, Johnny, look, man, we got to talk about this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if Johnny gave me some flack and shit, I would have to say, look, Johnny, you need to straighten yourself up, or I'm going to leave because you're not going to embarrass me with stupid shit like that on the panel.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, that's the reason why I don't go to certain panels, but I know that Johnny would never do
Never do
so, that's that's the difference between Johnny and dumbass. So
Eric Foss does it too. I don't mean to brag. He does it too.
Like Texas Granny just said right now, Christine has had a lot of trolls on her shows lately, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for Barbara Buffalo, Tangle Boots, Texas Granny, Sugar Plum, and Carol H. Those are my mods. But my main mod, Texas Granny and Barbara Buffalo and Sugar Plum and Tangle Boots, they do a hell of a job every freaking time I come on. They block everybody that's not supposed to be along in here, and nobody does not deserve to treat other people wrong like the way they've been doing. Christine is a very special person in my life, and I love Christine to death. And if anybody ever fucks with her, I will probably go off on them really, really deep-hearted, because Christine has never done a goddamn thing to nobody. Excuse my French, but Christine has never done nothing to nobody, and Christine deserves a little bit more respect from that fucking asshole.
I agree, Johnny.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Leave it up on the window so you can see it.
Okay.
Okay, and I got one more.
Homegrown Cowboy, he told me to tell you to read this.
Put it up on the screen. And leave it there.
I am.
Okay, Homegrown Cowboy won Quote of the Year in 2024 when he hosted Fumble Nuts on his show, and he called Ruben Sanchez Fumble Nuts little bitch. Yeah, I remember that, and I was half shit-faced when I said that and everything. When Fumble Nuts came up on my panel, I was just like, fuck, I actually kind of feel sorry for the motherfucker, I mean, here's a guy that's just, he dedicates his show specifically to doggone Jim Terry. Jim Terry is getting more famous with people dogging his ass out. They don't understand that. Shut the fuck up and leave. Quit fucking with them. And it's just, and other people are going to fall too, because those people are going to, and it's going to get worse and worse for them. And, Jim Terry's just going to go, aha, I won. So, I
don't get the concept of grown men doing nothing all day but trying to make other grown men's lives miserable. Like that's very sad. Like for that person, I just don't get it.
What?
I come on here, I want to be happy, and I want my friends to be happy, and I don't have time to make people's lives miserable.
Yeah, I mean, you got to figure that this guy has a wife, and he does. I think his kids are out now, maybe. But this guy's got a wife, and Jim Terry goes through Fumble Nuts' mind every single day. I can tell you that. I can promise you that he goes through his head just because of, I can tell just, from his videos and the way he acts and the way he's got everything set up, So his wife's going, I'm sick and tired of my husband running his life around Jim Terry when I should be in the center,
Exactly. You have a wife and a family.
I just don't, and I asked him, I said, how long are you going to keep going on doing this? What if Jim Terry's on here for another 20 years? Are you going to keep doing this for 20 years? It's absolutely, somebody's got to give up. Jim Terry lost his channel and shit here on YouTube, and he's still here. And then people are going like, well, it's people like you, homegrown, that keeps them up here and stuff. Hey, it's not me. Jim Terry found Angel got him. I mean, shit. I mean, there's an example right there. Found Stone Saber. So
he found Jesse Raw too.
Yeah, Jesse Ross.
Hey, Jim and Mr. X are entertainers. They do a great job. I know they helped Angel out tremendously with her show, put it in the right direction. And
Yeah.
whoever people they're obsessed with Jim. It's like they're just mad. It's just feelings. They're angry with Jim. They're this and that. But every time they try to slander him and say he's bad and all that, he just proves them wrong. With look at the success of Angel's show and the OTT and stuff like that, and they hate that.
Yeah.
They
all
hate
went
that.
over there. They tried to destroy the deal and they actually went over there. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Sailor,
Yeah.
would you agree Jim Terry was able to get rid of the trash we've been trying to get rid of for 3 years?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
Along
Yes.
comes Jim Terry and boom, gone.
Yeah. He did. Yes, he did.
High five. Boom. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Trucker Girl said they want to be him, but they can't.
Yeah, they're jealous of him. They're mad with it. It's like, but the more they try to slander him, the more successful he comes back. He gets more members. He gets this, and they hate it. And it's kind of like a Trump thing where they have a derangement. You know what I mean? Where they just, no matter what, they just hate Jim Terry. Because every time Angel would invite them on the panel and say, "Well, what is it? Describe it." He's mean. He hurt my feelings. Well, didn't you do this too? Didn't you used to be like that? And they just have nothing to say, and it just ends up they're just mad at him.
Yeah, very few people can beat Jim Terry. His own brother can't beat Jim Terry. So I mean, it's just I can't beat Jim Terry. I wouldn't dare even try. But he's got a charisma about him that
Yes.
He's very entertaining, and
he's an entertainer. He could be a stand-up comedian anywhere.
Right. So it's pick your pain. Do you want to be miserable?
He's got a pro wrestling persona. He's the guy that everyone hates. Like, he makes the people mad at him, and the more he does it, the more the money they pay to see him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he understands how to do that.
Mm-hmm. Beat you to it, Christine.
Hey, Homegrown, I got to use the restroom, Homegrown. Hold the fort down.
Okay, me and Sarah
hold the fort down. Guys, I'm going to drop down real quick. Johnny, you going to stay on longer?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right. I'll come back.
Okay.
All right, Sailor.
All right, guys. See you in a little bit.
All right.
So how did Jim Terry just stumble upon Angel, or how did that come about?
Honestly, I do not know. I don't know. I think he probably did. I think that he probably sent her messages or whatever. I would imagine that, he probably contacted her through messages maybe.
I just remember I turned around the one night and there he was. Okay, who's this guy?
Yeah, I mean, I've known of Jim Terry since 2022, I think. So, I'm like you. He just popped up out of the blue and,
Well, I held back a little bit because, over in our community, we have had people that come in different communities come in and cause a ruckus, and people end up not being who they say they are. And of course, Jim Terry comes along, he's got this big energy. Of course, his haters followed him. So I'm like, okay, well, what are they saying? And then I thought, okay, well, wait a minute here. I don't want to jump the gun, because of course the haters are the loudest. You hear them first.
Yeah.
Right. So I didn't want to jump the gun. So, I kept watching Angels, and lo and behold, he comes out. He had receipts for everything he was accused of. He was able to defend himself. And, a lot of people say, oh, well, it's rehearsed. Well, he's had to defend himself so much that after a while, it is kind of like reading a line. You know what I mean? But the bottom line was he had the receipts, and, he's not hurting Angel. And, I started getting used to his humor, and now I like him.
Yeah. He's a very likable guy. And, I hear, in person that he's even better. He's a very kind guy. He calls a lot of people on their shit and, opens, wants them to open up. Well, if you're up here on panel, you're obviously exposing yourself.
Right.
And you piss him off, then, he's going to.
Well, and I think that's why people don't like him, because he tells the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. He does. And you're right. And my answer to that is, I said many a times, if there's something that you can't deal with, and this includes fumble.
Yeah, it only goes the other way.
If you're not happy, just go ahead and get the fuck off, man. Don't make your life miserable.
Well, I don't hang around with people I don't like. If I don't like someone, I move along. Like, what's the point of making myself miserable? And that's kind of what I'm getting back to. Like, you hate this person so much that you're going to dedicate your life to making them miserable. You're miserable yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be miserable. Like, who wants to do that?
Yeah. If you have qualms with him, talk to him about it. He'll talk to you.
Right. And and he, the first time I ever talked to him on panel, I told him honestly, I said, I was a little leery of you at first. And he asked me why, and I explained it to him. But it's okay now, because you know what? I stuck around long enough to, I wanted to give him a chance. I didn't want to just, assume.
He will have your back. He will.
What's that?
I said he will have your back. He will.
Oh, and that's what I noticed about his community. I'm like, he cares about all you guys. Like, it's, I don't know.
Yeah, he's definitely one of a kind. Now, his brother X, on the other hand, he's more conservative. He's more down to earth as far as, his life. And, he really doesn't want it out there, but,
Well, Mr. X is innocent. He can do no wrong in my eyes.
Yeah. He's a good guy. He's definitely a good guy.
And I'm not just saying that because I'm crushing. He's innocent. He does nothing wrong.
He does nothing wrong. But I don't know. Someday I hope to meet both of them. That'd be really cool. But they seem like they want to stay underground and stuff, and I understand that. I get that completely. So. But there's a lot of people I'd like to meet, and it's maybe one of these days it'll happen. And Johnny, he's met people on here and stuff, and they've become enemies and everything. I hate that happened. I hate bringing it up, but that's the true facts. You meet somebody on here, it's not always going to be,
right. No, I hear you.
They're on, yeah.
And that's the thing. You're not like it's just like in the real world. You're going to meet people you don't like. So you make the option to sit there and harass them or move on. I choose to move on if I don't like somebody,
Mm-hmm. Someone who I'm definitely going to meet is going to be Belle B. She definitely.
Yeah.
And I would say Johnny too. Me and Johnny, we pretty much stuck with each other through thick and thin. I know it don't kind of sound right, but
no, I get you though.
We've had each other's back and stuff. So, and,
that's like me and Miss Can't Be Wrong.
Yeah.
We've been through it all.
Yeah. But you know, just come on here, have fun, and just talk about whatever. And you know, somebody starts coming in and starting shit, and that happens a lot. Then you just, you know, you got to call them out on it.
Yeah.
And let that be it. You know, just like Chalet, you know, she'll bring my ass up every probably. I would say every time she goes live, my name's brought up at least once, but you know, I don't talk about it except for right now, and that goes for the others as well. So as long as you don't talk about them, you know, you hope that they, you know, would just shut up. Some of them don't.
Well, for me, it's so much easier just to not even talk about people I don't like, because then you're not giving them any life. I mean, they could be elsewhere talking mad crap about me and whatnot, but if I'm not talking about them, they're the ones looking stupid. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Tingle Booze, yeah, her and Mr. X are fine. They're good.
Who?
You bet, PZ. Tingle Booze was asking about how's Belle doing, and you know, last time she saw him was Mr. X, and yeah, they had a short little spat. You know?
I saw that.
Yeah.
And the hard thing about that situation is I saw both sides of it. You know, like in my head, like, you know, first of all, Jim and X have a business to protect.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, I saw, and I don't know Belby that much. I'm sure she's great. I just don't know her that much yet. Like I know some of you guys.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I can't speak for her.
Mm-hmm.
But I was watching that situation,
Mm-hmm.
and she sounded very triggered. Not, I mean, not, not, I'm not saying she was triggered to be mean. I'm just saying I can't speak for her, but I know in my personal situation, the name of that person could trigger me and set me off because I've been abused by him like the same way on panel. And so I could see why she was so upset. But I come from a family of small businesses. So I understand where X was just trying to be diplomatic. You know, he wasn't sitting there saying, you know, oh, I support him or anything. He was actually calling him a douchebag in a very nice way. You know?
Yeah.
So
when
you're protecting a business, that's how you have to be.
Yeah.
So
well, what you saw with Belle and X the other night, that's normally not Belle. I mean, she you know, she's on doing her medication. She's got a shoulder surgery coming up, and you know, she'll get lightheaded every once in a while. You know what I mean? So.
Well, and I can understand that, and I honestly I didn't think that was typical anyway.
And it really is. She's really a sweet lady. I mean, she's really, really cool. What you saw the other night was not always her. So we have our bad times. I mean, I've had my bad times up here. I've been shit faced. I went 24 hours on my stream one time, and by the time I was done, man, I was a dick. I mean, I'm sorry, but yeah. You know, I was half shit faced and everything else, but
well, my throat's all sore because I had to yell at somebody on my show last night. So go figure, you know.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
And I was completely out of character. I was not the nice girl. You guys all know. You know, sometimes I have my limit too.
Well, you know, my whole intention, you know, I never really meant to start, you know, be a streamer or anything like that. And I really don't consider myself a streamer. I was Belle's sidekick for a while. Not necessarily the actual called co-host, even though I probably was. You know, she started coming up less often. You know, instead of coming on 3 times a week, she started doing it like 1 time a week. And then it started going 1 time every 2 weeks. And then it became a month. So I said, well, shit, you know, we got, you know, I want to keep up with everybody and everything. And I told her that I was going to, you know, go ahead and get a membership started on YouTube. And start going live and everything. That's when I decided to go with Jim Terry, start talking to him, getting to know him more. And because we have talked before, and at that same time, I broke it off with Fumble Nuts. I'm like, dude, you know, what you did at Johnny's fucked up. I'm sorry.
Misunderstood. How you doing, Misunderstood?
Yeah. So all that kind of came together, and even though I don't, you know, stream a whole lot, a lot of stuff has happened the last 3 streams that I've had, and both sides are coming into my chat, and everybody's, you know, I guess it's always been kind of that way, but you know, I just I enjoy coming up here on Johnny's and then Bill's and Bob's here lately. So, you know, maybe it's better that way. You know, I went ahead and spent the $480 at one time because I didn't want to be billed. It was cheaper that way, I think, too. So,
Yeah.
You know, I'm wasting money not by coming on, you know? So,
well, Miss Can't Be Wrong and I started just a little over 2 years ago. And, you know, we were starting to get on a schedule, but then sometimes her schedule's off, mine's off. Sometimes, you know, lately, I've had to take breaks a couple weeks at a time.
yeah.
Between my dad's health, my health, you know, I work full time on top of everything else. So, but when I started seeing Jim Terry and how he runs things, and I'm like, you know, I think I really need to get I need to get my button gear. 2 years is enough, you know.
Yeah.
I need to like either just get serious with it, and that's what I've been doing. And you know what? I listen to him, and I listen to him and Mr. X, and how they run things, and I try to learn from it and take from it, you know, what I can, you know, knowledge wise,
Yeah.
and they're very helpful to me that way. So I guess they motivate me, you know. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like, all right, I need to get my button gear here with this channel. So
It's hard work, you know. Jim, he won't tell you, but it is hard work.
oh,
Jim,
it is hard
Jim
work.
puts a lot of effort into this shit to what he does. It's not easy.
Well, even just my little show, you know, people don't understand being a content creator. Um, it is hard work, and especially with me. Like I said, I work a full-time job, so I still have to come up with ideas for the show. Sometimes I'll do open chat, and then sometimes that's hit or miss, because people might love the open chat one day, or that show's gonna fall flat because nobody's interested. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know, and then you have the people that come in and derail your show, and it's you know, it's horrible. Like me, I came in and derailed Johnny's show. Sorry, Johnny.
No, you didn't derail the show. Shit. But you know, as we all know, you know, you pretty much have to pick, you know, something that's of interest. You know?
Right. Well,
And,
I'd like to do a lot of current events. Now we do talk about true crime, but we don't do like deep dives or stuff like that. We just talk about, you know, what popped up in the news about this case or that case, and discuss it. We discuss what we think. Um, you know, we talk about Miss Can't Be Wrong. We'll get into moods where we're talking about the Royals for like 6 months. You know, but fun stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's always, you know, I asked this a while back, and you know, I said, you know, it seems like a lot of ladies on here are really into true crime. You know, why is that? And the guys, you know, not as much as the men. You know, and I can't remember who it was. It might have been you, Christine, but they said that you know, women are very vulnerable, so they like to learn and see what's going on, and then, you know, learn from what happens. And and I
yeah,
thought,
we'll let you think that, homegrown. We'll let you think that.
yeah,
That's why we
I mean,
watch.
it's very interesting. It is.
That's why we watch true crime. Yep. We want to protect ourselves. Yep.
No, yeah, my son's mother, you know, her
Christine
and I,
knows why I'm laughing.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
teasing.
you know, if you get started in on a murder crime, you know, you can get sucked into it pretty quick. And the one that's got my attention right now, you know, if they're not famous, I really don't keep up with it. But the one that has my attention right now is the Frisco track meet stabbing.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I've seen you talk about that one.
Yeah, that definitely has my attention. Now, with that said, and with what we're talking about, you know, with you know, keeping people interested or bringing people in, making your show better, I think I am going to give my opinion on stuff with the show. I've waited too long, and people have already brought it out.
Right.
And so here I am. You know, the court date's not even here yet, and you know, it's getting kind of dead. So I figured
it takes a while to do those cases. There's a lot of cases.
Well, if you hashtag something, you know, you should get some outsider views in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna give that a shot. Just I don't know whether if it's a live thing would work or if I should just make an offline video and upload it. So, you know, I'm been trying between that and my work, you know, thinking about what I'm gonna do with it. It's kind of really dragged. And it's
that's what I mean. Like, it's so hard, especially like if you're working a full-time job and people don't understand how hard this really is. They think, oh, you just sit down in front of the camera and talk. No, it's not that easy, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, once you're on here doing a show, you're vulnerable, you know?
Yeah.
Miss Can't Be Wrong and I decided, because we kind of had targets on our backs over there just because of who we sat with. So we were like, heck, if we're going to get picked on, we want to do a show and make money. You know,
yeah. You know,
I mean, that's ultimately what it became, you know?
Yeah. Well, you're going to bring in the bad with the good. So,
yeah. So it is what it is.
Oh, man.
What's
Are
up,
you ready
John?
to tackle that? You know, and going back to Jim Terry, that's what makes him so great, because he can put up with it. He can actually, you know, weed his way through all that bullshit and still come out on top, you know. And speaking of, I can't believe he's not up here by now, but
I probably scared him away.
Oh, shit.
No, I've been told I'm scary. A lot of the men over in the mob genre are afraid of me. I have no clue why, but you know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like 5'4". I'm pretty much like legally disabled. I mean, I can work and function and all that, but I'm legally disabled. I'm 5'4". I'm built like a freaking menopausal Cabbage Patch doll. I mean, I'm not gonna hurt anybody, you know. But, yeah.
Well, you seem like a good person, and you know you have a great personality. So, you know, you just keep doing what you're doing, and you know, like I said, you know, with Jim Terry, you know, listen to him.
I do. Like I said, I pay attention when they talk about stuff.
Where are they?
I was about to say Johnny's using the restroom for a long time.
No, I'm right here, guys. I'm right here. One of my friends just called me and says he's downstairs, so I got to go downstairs real quick and see what he's doing. I'll be right back. Okay.
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 I'm going to I'm gonna go off, and I'll probably be in the chat for NX News Network. So
You got a phone call.
I'll see you guys in the Jim Terry thing later tonight.
Okay. Okay, Christine.
Bye, you guys. See you later.
See ya.
See ya.
That was my mother. She said the bee guy came by the house and picked up 6 pounds of bees, and there was 3 queen bees.
Do you have like the honeycombs or stuff, or?
I think so. This is my mom's house. Now, I was out there what was it, 2 weeks ago, outside doing while I was on panel. And I noticed a lot of bees over there. There's a couple of them that came at me, but I didn't bother them or anything. You know, they were probably about 20
Hey,
feet.
not to cut you off, to cut you off, Jesse, but Jesse, did you tell this person that they couldn't be in your chat?
I was just about to address that. Tina Beagle, come back to my chat the next time. It might have been something that was going on at the time, and we could discuss it. Just come back to my chat. We'll figure it out. I get a lot of people that, there's stuff like 2-3 years back, stuff that went on. We could discuss it. It's not a problem. I don't have a problem with her now.
Okay, no, I was just. She wrote that, and hi, Laura. How are you, Laura? She wrote that.
Honestly, it might have been something that was going on at the time, and if I didn't have enough information, that might have been the situation.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
You're a friend of mine, so I'm gonna make sure I take good care of you before anybody comes in here and be ugly towards you.
No, I don't think she was being ugly. I think she was I
have no issues with you.
Yeah, no, I don't have issues with her, and she wasn't being ugly. I think she was just being. I know of her. I know her, so it's not. She wasn't coming in here being mean. No.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Tina Bingo.
Huh.
Yeah, she's a nice person. I wasn't being ugly, but I can leave. No, you don't have to leave. You guys are okay. You're okay, Tina.
No, Tina, you're good. Tina, you're good.
You don't have to leave. You're more than welcome to be here, Tina.
So there you go. You just got to talk about it. That's all there is to it.
Well, and that really is what it is. And you know what? Honestly, to be honest with you, she might have come in on a bad night when I had a bunch of trolls and I was just bouncing people out,
William, how you doing, Mr. Brooklyn? William Brooklyn 3.0.
You know how those days go, when you're
Hello. Huh?
We got to walk him through winning membership.
Yeah, we got to get him a winning membership.
What were you saying, Jesse?
Johnny, go up to the.
You know how those nights go when you're.
Gary told him, Paul.
You're doing chats and you just troll after troll after troll, and.
Oh yeah.
I've accidentally bounced people out that I didn't mean to, just because it was like. My thumb landed on the wrong spot.
Yeah, sounds like you're going through what Johnny went through a year ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been going through it. I mean, like I said, we've been running for 2 years, and I've actually been pretty good with my show as far as not getting too many trolls, but we have situations, I guess every show does. So
that is true. That is true.
Yeah. And Tina Beagle, don't leave, sweetie. I don't, we can talk about it. I honestly don't even remember. I mean, I know who she is, but I don't. But it's also quite possible I might have just been having a bad night, and I'm like, nope, you're out of here too.
It happens. So tell me, your father, he used to build superchargers for automobiles?
My grandfather.
Your grandfather? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. He have you ever heard of Judson superchargers?
It seems like I have. I wanted to say that was
they were mainly on like Volkswagens.
It was foreign.
Yeah. I can't think of the other Triumphs, those types of cars.
Audis.
No, I think Audi's a little too new. This is going back to the 60s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, real old.
Well, I don't know. Audi was back then, but they weren't selling,
They weren't over here yet. I don't think they were quite over here yet.
Okay.
But they actually used to sell. Actually, there ended up being a lawsuit because Volkswagen dealerships in America sold my grandfather's Chargers as an aftermarket part, And what ended up happening was they voided out the warranty on the car, which isn't good, but you know, they were selling them for years before Volkswagen turned around and said no more. So I don't know whatever happened with that. But my grandfather, I think he stopped making them in the late 60s. But yeah. But there's a lot of people that like, there's like this whole little cult following. Like if you go on Facebook, there's like a supercharger following of them. Like I didn't even know existed, you know?
Really? Yeah. Interesting.
So, yeah.
Judson, Judson.
Yep, Judson.
Okay.
And they manufactured like electromagnetos and what else did they make? They made like a few different types of car parts, but the supercharger was their main thing.
And they didn't do any for airplanes, huh?
They later went on. I do know my father told me at some point the company actually did have a contract with NASA. So I don't know, not so much airplanes, but they had some sort of, you know what it was? It was basically, it was a machine shop. So they would, on top of their own products, they would contract out to make parts or tools for other companies as well. So,
well, you know, the engine, I know I'm probably boring to chat with this, but the old engines like the old Volkswagen and the old Porsches and stuff, they weren't water cooled. Those are basically the same concept as they have with airplanes, the prop planes.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. It really is. And
my grandfather actually had to go out and because the way it was a slide vane supercharger. So every 100 miles he would have to stop and grease it. So there was actually a company that went and made a special oiling system for these superchargers. I think it was called the Marvel Mystery Oil.
Yeah, Marvel Mystery Oil. Yeah. I put that in my vehicles today.
That company
works.
That company actually made the brackets for specifically for my grandfather's superchargers to go along with it. Yeah.
Yeah, Marvel's Mystery Oil was a very secret, you know, oil back then that would make your car last forever. That was,
now they were around. They weren't like, they didn't come about specifically for my grandfather's company, but when my grandfather needed something, they worked with him. So
that's cool.
Yeah. So like they made a special bracket for it and stuff. So, you know. But yeah.
Interesting. That's cool.
And then Miss Campy Wrong's father was a mechanic. So like she and I like to talk cars, and guys just look at us like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what? You know your shit? Yeah, I know my shit.
You'd have to. What is this that Tina said? Oh, well, that Beagles are rescued. Oh, yeah, cool. After a hurricane and transported to Pennsylvania, my niece works for the shelter in Florida. You know what? I adopted a Greyhound out of Homestead when they had that hurricane. What was that, back in 94-ish, 95, something like that? The hurricane that wiped out Homestead, Florida. Well, they had they had a dog racing track down there, and I guess some greyhounds got loose or whatnot. I don't know the story, but one of the workers that went down there came up to Dallas, and he brought the dog with him. And he said, I can't, deal with this dog anymore. Would you like to have him? I said, well, hell yeah. And it was a female. Her name was Rocher, which is French for rocket. And you look inside the ear, and she had a tag. It was looked like it was tattooed. I don't know how they did that, but yeah. So I've been known to adopt quite a few dogs. This one that I have right here, adopted it. My son was coming from San Antonio and saw 2 dogs on the side of the highway, and they pulled over and took them in and stuff, fed them and everything. His friend took the other dog, and my son, he can't take the dog, so he asked me, and I said, yeah, how am I going to turn that down? That's good luck,
I love dogs. I'm not home enough to have one, so I don't think it would be fair to get one.
Yeah.
It's one of those, I can't commit to being home at the same time every day, and that wouldn't be fair to the animal. So
yeah, it's best to let somebody else have it or whatnot. I see some of these dogs chained up on a tree and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, listen, I'm gonna hop down. I have to eat something. I haven't eaten since lunch because I had to go to the hospital after work. So I'm gonna jump down, and maybe like Mr. X and Jim won't be afraid, and they'll come up for Johnny.
I have a feeling they're concentrating on something else. I don't want to say, but yeah.
Well, they're probably setting up for
Chris
the
Capillo.
Chris, hey buddy.
Trucker girl, I haven't said hello to you yet. But anyways, Jesse, you take care of yourself, hon, and it was good talking to you.
Nice meeting you, Jess, again.
Yeah, thank you, Johnny, for having me out. Thank you, Homegrown. And
you bet.
I'm sorry, I hope I didn't kill your show tonight.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to come on this panel anytime I'm on.
Certainly
All
hope
right,
your
guys.
hope your father gets well, okay?
All right, thank you. I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye, hon. But yeah, my father, he had a massive heart attack back in 2000. It was 2 days after he sang happy birthday to me.
Yeah.
And, God, that sucked. I was only 32 years old, and I'm 55 now. And I'm like, dang, can't believe how quick times, how fast time goes by. It's just seemed like, I saw him yesterday. It's fucking weird. What pisses me off is he knew that the girl I was with, she was pregnant. And with my son that stayed here. So he never actually get to see him be born or anything. And that pisses me off. But, oh, well, you just got to move on.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got mild heart attacks and you got severe heart attacks. There's this guy at work that had a heart attack, and he told me, he said, Spencer, I don't wish that on my worst enemy. I was like, how bad of an enemy are you talking about here? You know what I mean? Let's do some contrast and comparison. And he was like, seriously. He said, I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. And just sit there and just look straight up. He said it was painful. And I was thinking, oh my God, that does sound like, can you imagine just being alive and sitting there not being able to move? And, and your heart's probably going 100 miles an hour and shit. And there's nothing you can do. That sucks. Damn. But he made it through. So makes me want to give this shit up. You know what I mean? Listen to beer. Fuck. I got to do it at some point. I don't want to have that happen to me. I just hope when we go, it's, quick. Damn it. But anyways, Johnny, where'd you go, man? Y'all don't know this, I guess, maybe, but last night.
Here. I'm right here, cowboy.
All right. Last night I was supposed to go on Masha's channel, and I think I already talked about this. He wanted me to go on his channel. Let's talk about the Cowboys. Have the Cowboys, NFL draft party. For those of you who hadn't heard about this, well, he never did get his fucking stream started. He asked me to come on, but never got it going. Come to find out, he was over on Marissa's fucking with her. I'm not pissed off at him. I don't give a shit. Okay. But he was over there giving her a hard time because I was over there on Marissa's channel listening to the people up there. And she said that he tried to come up on panel, blah, 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 blah. But anyways, when I got off work, right before you called me up, Johnny, going down the road, he sends me a message. And he says, let me bring this up here. The audacity, Mosh. Damn it. He said, you're going to come over starting in 7 minutes. Talking about the draft. I said, I already promised Johnny I'd be there at 7 o'clock my time. He said, NFL draft, fuck them. Dallas Cowboys time, that drama, CNS, you know. Cowboys Nation Syndicate. That was the name of our group back then, back in the 2000s here on YouTube. And I said, I said that to you yesterday. So I never went on his chat. I hope he's not pissed, but, you know, if it is, you know, we'll get through it. But now he wanted me to go on his chat tonight and do the NFL thing. And he fucked it up yesterday. He left me hanging. Son of a bitch. But anyways, I've been on here and my Dallas Cowboys picked and I missed it, Johnny. That's how much I love you guys. You know what? Son of a bitch. And I don't like the pick either. I don't like it. So is anybody else coming on tonight, Johnny? Oh, you're muted, buddy. Johnny, you're muted. I can't hear you.
Oh, we're gonna go do laundry.
Yeah, so I'm gonna watch Mr. X and
From the laundromat.
no, you are. No, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I gotta do my laundry.
Yeah, everybody. Johnny won't do his laundry.
Now for that, I'm not gonna go.
Okay. I wasn't gonna take you anyway.
I'm not gonna go anywhere with you, like being like that.
You take your laundry in the wagon then.
I never knew Amish were puppy farming, keeping animals, awful circumstances, and they
I thought
mean
they just
about
built
me.
furniture.
Pop it up on the screen because I can't read that little writing. I'm on my laptop and it's sucks. I never knew Amish puppy were farming and keeping animals in awful circumstances. They are meant to be people of God.
Yeah.
I believe God does have an animal kingdom, but you know, that's me. I'm weird like that, I guess.
Hey, did you see my backdrop, homegrown cowboy?
Your backdrop. Oh yeah, the background.
The background, yeah.
Yeah, that looks pretty eerie, man. I hope he's not gay because that would destroy a dick.
No.
Oh my gosh, Johnny.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for all coming out here tonight. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being sweet. Thank you for being kind. Thank you for being kind to one another in the chat room. We all love you. And Mr. X is coming on at 7 p.m. X and News is coming on at 7 p.m. Everybody, please go over there and watch the great news that he has for us guys tonight.
7 p.m. Pacific time.
7 p.m. Pacific time, and that'll be 10 Eastern, your guys' time.
Okay. That sounds bueno. Trucker Girl, how you been, man? Been involved with U.S. Marshal and
you guys be kind and be nice to one another, okay? God bless. Thank you, Homegrown, for coming out.
You got it, buddy. I'll talk to you. I'll see you over there at the other side, okay?
All right, buddy.
All right. Chat, take care. Hugs and handshakes.
Oh, yeah. Hugs and handshake and kisses. Bam.